Hey everybody. Sorry, it's been about a week of studying and I'm going back to university. Not back to, I've never actually been to university, but going back to studying for university because that's what I wanted to do originally, then I got distracted with all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to school for that now, and before I do that, I decided that I'm going to let everybody, whoever watches my channel, know that I'm learning my theory at full speed now, and my theory is getting a lot better, and I'll be able to show you what I know, which is what I started this channel for. It's getting more and more popular, a lot of more people are watching it, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, do so. It'll only help me, and it'll only help you, because if you know guitar better than me, please go ahead, help me out. Nothing will make me happier, actually. That being said, today's segment is basically about soloing. A lot of people have their own styles of soloing. They have their own niche, their own style, their own flavor to it, if you will. I'm very much into the Middle Eastern notes that sound out of place kind of style. So if you care about that style, I believe it's the most melodic thing I've ever heard, and that's what I want to show you guys. And this style is adapted from Marty Friedman, a little bit of Rusty Cooley, a little bit of Reese Fullwood, and some of my favorite players. I'm trying to show their influence as much as I can. Now, I can't play as fast as them, but I'm trying my best. That being said, today we're going to work with the B minor chord. And this is my favorite chord in the world. This just has such a pleasant, good sound. It's so warm sounding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I exactly come up with whatever leads I do, because after the two improv videos, my second one is on B minor actually. A lot of people are asking me how I come up with some of the melodies that I do. This is exactly how I do it. There is no secret to it. I'm a pretty amateur guitar player, so I try my best to come up with my own ways of doing things because I don't understand theory that much. So here we go. I have a software called Guitar Pro. Make sure you get that. It's very good for tabs, very good for learning exercises. Guitar Pro, you can probably download a torrent of it or something, or if you're like me and you want to pay for it, please go ahead, buy it. It's a great software. I use it practically every day. I'm still learning how to use it, but it's really helpful. That being said, what I've done here with my Guitar Pro is that I have tabbed out the chord of B minor, which is just fret number 2 on the A string, fret number 4, and then fret number 4 again on the D and the G string, and then your middle finger on the 3rd fret on the B string. And you're going to strike every string except the, your low E string. And sorry, this finger, this part of that finger is barring the bottom 2nd fret on the E string. So it sounds like a very clean, good sounding chord. So what I've done is I've tabbed it out for whole notes. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I'm going to find whatever notes I can and I'm going to solo over it. If it sounds good, it sounds good. If it sounds bad, I'll eliminate it and move it out of my scale. And voila, I've created my own scale. This technique is not mine. It's taken from Marty Friedman's video, Melodic Control, who is by far my favorite guitarist. And he taught his students how to do this. And I bought that video a while ago, and I learned this, and I've been adapting it to every chord. So I have kind of a unique melody style, which I really like. Not tooting my own horn, of course. So here we go. Here's what it sounds like. And there you go. It's going to keep going because I've looped it 20 times. And what I'm going to do is find whatever notes sound good. That didn't sound right. That's not right, so I'm going to do it. This note sounds good. This note doesn't sound too good. So I either activate it or just sit on it for half a second. Do you see that? If you sit on it for just a little bit, it sounds really nice and exotic. So you go. It has a really Arabic sound to it, so here's what it sounds like. So the scale's gonna be that's much better actually. That sounds a lot better. So you're gonna go. And then you just practice the scale. So what you did was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So yeah, I'll speed it up a little bit. And you could come down a different way if you want. You could come down that way, or you can come down the exact same way you went up, and it'll have a really nice sound. This is my favorite kind of scales, so that's what I do. And you could try something different now. This group of notes works amazing with the scale, because this is the B note and it's the B minor, so you just do the minor scale pattern, which is and the harmonic minor, that's the harmonic minor scale. Now there's a full version of that too, but you can stay somewhere in that and it will sound great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something different, a very outside sounding thing. Let's see how it works. I'm just going to make it up as I go along. Now I know this group of notes works perfectly, so let me try this. So now you have two scales. You have this one, and what you can do is you can switch right there. Sorry, I forgot how I ended it. But you're gonna go. It ends on the B note perfectly. Or you can just do the normal scale though. So there you have a B minor soloing technique. So now if you get B minor in a song, you can just put phrasing into that, which is whatever melodies flows through your head, stick it onto the guitar. That's it. This is your medium. Your mind is the real instrument. So what you're gonna do is something like maybe like. Just anything. There was a bunch of wrong notes in there, but something like that. And the more you play, the more you'll hear that maybe some notes are wrong. Maybe you need to eliminate some notes and some not. I just made that up. So if I keep playing it, I'll understand if there's something wrong or not. And the more I realize I'm wrong or right, the more I change my practice routine. And now what I can do is I can go on the internet and just look up the B minor scale. And if whatever notes I'm playing are in the scale, then obviously I'm in key of the chord. And I can look up different types of scales. And I bet you any money this one's probably in somewhere. It's just called something. I have no idea what it is, so I call it my scale, even if that's technically ripping somebody off. But that's how I practice. That's how I always practice, and it's helping me a lot. And hopefully it'll help you guys too. So yeah, again, the scale we made up for B minor, or at least I made up, is this one. That's the ascending one. The descending one is. There's a lot of improv in there, but that's what I would do. That's the best way to do it. It'll sound beautiful. It'll sound very Middle Eastern if you're into that kind of stuff. It sounds great to me. And then obviously you can do that an octave above, right? And do that same thing an octave above. The faster you get, the more you can shred it out, and it'll just sound great. You'll have phrasing, you'll have melody. A lot of people have been telling me I have good phrasing and good melody, but I just don't know my notes. So I'm still learning my notes. And this is my lesson on it. That's how I write, and that's how, if you want to incorporate that, good for you. And yeah, hopefully we can all jam together someday. So yeah, next lesson is coming up this week because I skipped last week. So to make up for last time, I'm actually making the video right after. It'll be on sweep picking, my favorite fucking technique in the world. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. And I'm gonna be starting like an on-screen tab pretty soon, so you guys can see what I'm doing, and I can see what I'm doing, because a lot of times I forget what I just wrote. And we'll see what happens. Take care. Bye bye.